that's one of the main topics and main points that I've also gotten from those type of books.
Mhm.
Just learning how to be yourself, how to truly believe in yourself. And also,
What's going on, guys? This is the fourth official Blue Vanity artist interview. Today here we have Jay, and in this one's gonna be a bit different. We're gonna be talking about some real stuff on here too. It's gonna be also about the artist, but this one is gonna be more into people who actually want to talk about esoteric knowledge, want to talk about more spiritual stuff. This video is gonna be for you. So let's get into it. What's going on, Jay?
what's going on, Blue? Yes, sir. It's that time.
It's nice. So how's the year been for you? Have you been what have you been up to?
Man, I've been busy. You know what I'm saying? It's been an interesting year. We're like, what, barely halfway through, and
Yeah.
it's been crazy, especially like the beginning of it.
Hmm.
Also towards the ends of last year, like my life has gone like a whole 360. It's been going here, going there, you know what I'm saying? And the challenges have been challenging, you know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
other than that, man, it's been cool. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot of growth this year for sure.
I got you, man. Yeah, it has been a growing year. Just how old are you? Are you 22? 23 or
I'm turning 22 this year. I'm
you're
currently
22?
21.
Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
got you. I got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So is this your place right now? You own this place?
Yeah, this is my apartment. This is my second apartment that I've been blessed to have. It's been
Actually,
yeah, I moved out at almost 19, right when it was like between 19 and 20. Literally that week of my birthday, I was like, all right, I need to get out of here. I moved
yeah.
out and been on my own ever since. So this is the second spot. Hopefully we could do another interview, and by the time that we do it, it'll be a third spot, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
fourth, who knows?
Who knows? Or we'll be in
Yeah, that's
person too, man. It might be some crazy stuff coming out.
definitely, bro. That's the plan for sure.
It'll be cool. You make music in your room, or where's the recording studio at?
So it really depends. Sometimes I record myself here. That's why I have my setup here. Sometimes I'll actually go to a recording studio. It all depends on kind of my schedule and what I'm working on. Sometimes I work on stuff with friends and like my producer friends. So when they want something quick, I could just literally record everything here, and it's the same quality as like if I were to go to a studio. So I've been investing in my own equipment after a while, and I would highly recommend that for like all of my producers, all of my artists out there that are just starting. I would highly recommend investing in it because it saves a lot of money, a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just put the work in and really learn how to do everything yourself, and it's super helpful for real.
And definitely, if you ever want to record a song too, and you're like in the mood in your room, you can just right there, boom, you just get straight to it.
Straight up, bro. Like I don't have to wait for anything. I don't have to, usually like when you book a studio, you
Yeah.
have to book the studio, then you have to get an engineer, then you have to get a producer. So it's just cool having the resources to really do everything you want when you want. You don't gotta wait on anybody. And it's more work, but like I said, it's definitely worth it just putting in that work and learning everything yourself. So you don't have to depend on anybody. You don't have to spend any more money, other than just what you got.
Exactly, yeah. Like when I first started making my videos, I'd make them on campus because I was in uni, I was in college, so I'd go to my campus. Campus
Yeah.
hours only open till like 11 p.m. So I got to get there on time, get in, whatever. Now that it's like now
Yeah.
I'm back at home and stuff, it's like I have my own room here. I can actually record. It's a little bit different too. It's nice to have that authority to know when you want to do stuff, you know? Set that
Yeah,
for.
for sure. I think it also helps like the craft, because like you kind of just feel like you're immersed in it, like it's you because you're in control. And
Yeah.
especially for artistry, and I'm sure for you and your content creation, like just knowing that you're the one in control, that you have nobody else to kind of like push you this way, push you that way, or kind of in your ear.
Hmm.
You could, if you want to break the rules, you could break the rules. In music, if you want to do some different type of melodies or use a different type of beat and use a different type of style that you're just not used to, you can do that. But when you have other people around you that are trying to just dictate or trying to like lower your creativity, you know, it doesn't really help at all. So definitely, like I'm sure you could kind of relate to just having your own spot and just being able
Hmm.
to do your own thing. It's way better. Like the whatever comes out of it comes out way better, 10 times better.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes people are just scared too that you're gonna be better than them, that you're gonna do something that's revolutionary in a sense,
Bro,
different.
it's crazy how envious people are, and like you really don't know until you start to put the work in yourself to figure out why they're like that, how they come off that way, even when you can't tell. Like I like studying about psychology and different stuff like that. So that has helped me a lot to see exactly what you're talking about. Like people will be so envious and
Hmm.
are so good at hiding it if you don't, put the time in to really make sure that you have the knowledge to distinguish, what they're trying to do, what they're
Yeah.
really meaning behind their words. So yeah, it's definitely crazy like how many people want you to win, but they don't want you to win more than them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's the
So they'll
thing.
always, yeah, they'll always try to make sure like, yeah, you'll do good, but not better than me.
Honestly, what kind of books have you been reading? Stuff to get you in that mindset.
So for that specifically, Robert Greene. Oh my
Yeah.
God, anything Robert Greene, like Laws of Human Nature, 48 Laws of Power, obviously.
Uh-huh.
I have the Art of Seduction as well.
Okay.
All of those books definitely help a lot just because of the psychology aspect of it.
Hmm.
He gives so many examples of like everyday people,
Yeah.
bosses, any type of managers, any type of people in the work world, in the business realm as well. Like he gives you so many examples to just come up to your own conclusion about things, but also be well informed, of what you got to look out for with certain types of people because everybody is different. You can't really um, use the same guide set or the same guidelines for everyone. Everybody has different motivations, different, words that they use, and like you really
Yeah.
have to come to your own conclusion about things. And he really helps with that,
Hmm.
just being well informed. But other than that, that's like specifically for the psychology, business topics,
Yeah.
which, I love and are definitely really helpful. But other than that, I read a lot of Hermetic philosophy,
Mhm.
a lot of like I know you like what is it, the Kybalion?
Yeah, the Kybalion. That's
The Kybalion, yeah.
uh,
I've heard so many people say it different ways. I'm like, I don't even know how to say it no more.
yeah.
But but yeah, I definitely like reading books like that,
Yeah.
reading a lot of recently I've been reading a lot of Egyptian, like mythology,
Okay.
and stuff like that, really trying to get into it because I've been trying to get down to where certain things come from, where certain beliefs originated from,
Hmm.
and the first place that I landed was Egypt, so I've been just reading up on that. I like doing stuff like that just to get myself informed, with everything that um goes on in life, everything that you will and have experience in the music industry or any industry really, these
Yeah.
things help, because a lot of these business people and a lot of the people in different industries are influenced by this type of stuff. That's like hermetic,
Hmm.
sometimes even pagan, like, what I'm saying, different things. So
Hmm.
I like to just be well informed, so whatever I got to read to be well informed on that, that's what I'll read.
The key things that I've realized too recently is like setting that direction for yourself. Like in life, if
Yeah,
like when you wake up in the morning, knowing who you want to be, like who you are when you look in the mirror type thing. So it's like
yeah,
setting that direction for yourself. And I feel like a lot of these books have principles, have things that explain it to you, like how to properly set a direction for yourself. It's like in
yeah,
Hermeticism, for example, like in the Kybalion, they talk about like the law of polarity or the law of vibration. Like, for example, like polarity, that there's hot, there's cold, there's extreme hot, extreme cold, and it's like there's a
right.
fluctuation between the two. Same way like when you wake up, some days you'll feel good, some days you won't feel good, and it's totally normal to go about your day like that, and like it's your own
Mhm.
internal reactions to how you do it. So it's just some of that stuff is so key and it's so useful in different situations, especially like when you feel down, you can use it. When you feel up, you can amp yourself even more. So it's cool to be able to be in balance of where you are. So
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with you. Like, that's one of the main topics and main points that I've also gotten from those type of books.
mhm.
Just learning how to be yourself, how to truly believe in yourself. And also, something that I forgot to mention is Stoic philosophy. I
Yeah.
love Stoic philosophy, man.
Oh, it's
Like,
good.
yeah, that was like the second topic after the Robert Greene books that I got into.
Yeah.
I immediately got into Stoic philosophy because I found through Robert Greene, I found people like Ryan Holiday. He's an author and he like
Mhm.
specializes in, Stoic philosophy and stuff. So I
Mhm.
got into that. And as well as how you were saying how different books and different knowledge kind of help you when it comes to individualism, how to be yourself, how to be in control of yourself, of your mind. Stoic
Hmm.
philosophy has helped me a ton when it comes to those type of topics, like just learning how to be yourself, learning how to love yourself, learning how to accept what's in control and what you're not in control of, So that's like those topics and those things that information that I got from those books has changed my life like forever. It's really taught me lessons that in the combination of the other books like you were talking about, um, is a really good combination just to learn who you are and how to be yourself in a world that is full of a lot of things and a lot of different challenges, and you
Hmm.
really don't know what you're going to wake up to every day, so it just
Yeah.
really helps, like you said, to be able to look yourself in the mirror and recognize who it is, love who that person is. So
Yeah.
these books, yeah, like the information there is uncomparable.
100%. Even like last year, I went to the library. I was looking like the philosophy section, just around like the Marcus Aurelius Meditations books.
Yeah,
I saw people who it's more just like academic people, people who have like masters, PhDs, and they read that stuff. Like they read like meditations, they'll read like other stuff, like other Seneca or other different philosophers, and they'll
yep.
examine and try to give real world examples of what they say. I find that really useful. I don't hear people talk about that, like the analysis of it, and then they'll be like, okay, this is what he said, then we can apply that in our lives here. So it's cool that there's also people out there who are helping you with that, like to deliver it, like kind of like spoon feed it to you at the beginning,
Spoon
like,
feeding it, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And I remember when I first read Marcus Aurelius's Meditations,
yeah,
um, just like thinking like, man, this is the most powerful man in the world at one
hmm,
point, and I'm reading his diary,
yeah,
so just facts like that and knowing a little bit of the Roman history,
hmm,
and also like you said, trying to compare it to our days, it's really crazy how many resemblances and how like similar we are to his times, even if it's not completely the same. Almost everything that he says is just applicable to this day and to us, because he always found a way to refer everything to himself. He was never talking about, oh, you should do this if you're this, if you have this much power. He was always saying, like, what should I do with my power? How can I make sure that I don't lose control of myself with everything that I have? So especially now, like if you're trying to get money, if you're trying to, chase your dreams and stuff like that, it's really easy to lose yourself, to lose sight and lose that feeling of who you are. It's really easy because there's a lot of fake things that are going on in social media, in the industries,
hmm,
and sometimes you're kind of forced to go down that road depending on who you're working with, so it definitely helps trying to apply that to your days now and just trying to always stay yourself, stay the same person, never changing for anybody, no matter what
hmm.
you got that's new, no matter if you got a super nice car now, a super nice house, it doesn't matter. You have to stay to your principles. So yeah, I love, Marcus and all of those type of books. So I like that you're into it too. You get what I'm saying, and it's dope.
Nah, it's cool. I know it's tough too, like as a beginner artist or as someone who's up and coming. It's like you want to chase your dreams. You want to chase your dreams fully, but then it's like the money's not coming and everything is
Yeah.
so focused around the currency that you're unable to take care of yourself if you don't give up on your dreams, or you're in that little
Yeah.
bubble right there where it's like, unsure. I don't know if you've ever felt that because I'm in that situation too right now where it's like, what do I do? It's like I love what I'm doing, like I love what I'm putting out, but it's like there's am I doing the right thing? Because it's like it's just you. It's just you chasing this. So you're all in
Bro,
your
all the time. I feel like that all the time.
Mhm.
Even when I first started, it's the same now. Like, depending on what you're trying to get yourself into, what you want with your life,
Yeah.
there's always times where I doubt myself and I'm like, man, should I even continue down this path? Is this really what I want to do?
Hmm.
And then I think back to the times that really keep me grounded on my craft. I think that's important. Like, the more you chase your dream and the more you can experience because of it. Like, let's say because of your content creation, you get to do a video out in Italy or something. And the point is that you travel super far and that's like your first far trip. And, now you have those core memories that are going to be forever a part of your life
Hmm.
tied to your craft. You
Yeah.
know, so the moment it's tied to your craft, it feels like it's more a part of you. Like,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this stuff. And those things don't come until later. You know, sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it takes a couple years, but the point is that it will get here as long as you stay consistent. Like for me, one of those moments is the moment that I got to perform in one of my near cities, San Jose, California. You know, that
Yeah.
was my first performance. That was my first everything, damn near, you
Yeah.
know. So just being able to remember those moments, how it felt being up
Hmm.
on that stage and seeing those people that were there and just, you know, rapping my heart out and just putting my feelings out there. It was super nerve-wracking, but it was something that I can't ever forget, you know, the feeling. So when I do have those days that I doubt myself or
Hmm.
that I'm, you know, kind of questioning what I should be doing with my life, I'm lucky enough to be able to think back to those moments, you know, kind of sometimes I meditate and I just
Hmm.
think about everything that I've been able to do because of music, through music.
Hmm.
And why I started in the first place, you know, and these things just help you ground yourself and be like, no, yeah, like I gotta be 10 toes down. I gotta stay committed, you know, and but it is hard, like especially starting off because you have more external factors that come into
Yep.
play, like your family, your friends, you know, everybody seeing your videos or seeing or hearing your music online, and you're gonna hear different opinions, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it's what you want to do. You believe in yourself. And the stories of artists saying like, yeah, nobody believed in me, nobody, you know, everybody made fun of me or whatever
Hmm.
until I
Hmm.
finally made it, they're countless, bro. Those stories are countless, you know, there's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
And people, I feel like people think that, oh no, that can't be me, you know, that's one in a million. Like, no, it can be you, you just have to put the work in. So excuse me, so that's definitely what I do to ground
Yeah.
myself and to really stay on my craft, you know, but it is difficult to overcome a lot of these things. It takes time and effort.
Got you. Leading off to what you just said about thinking, like people saying that they can't do it, do you
Yeah.
think your thoughts have influence in your reality? Do you think about that kind of stuff, or what's your
Oh,
take?
100%, bro.
Yeah,
All of reality is in your thoughts, you know.
100%.
Um my some of the biggest thing that I tell people around me is like
Mhm.
it's all in your head. It's literally all in your head. That day of
Yeah.
the performance, you know, when I had my first rap show, I didn't think I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't truly being, you know, I want to be 100% transparent. I
Yeah.
didn't know how it's gonna go. I didn't know if I was gonna mess up. I didn't know if I was gonna forget my lyrics. I didn't. There were so many factors that I couldn't consider because I didn't know. You know, it was up in the air. Like how many people were gonna be there, how they were gonna respond to me, how they like if I would have if my reality was just focused on worrying about the bad things, what could go wrong, you know, all of the negative things and the negative sides to this experience,
Mhm.
I wouldn't have performed the way I did.
Yeah.
You know, so again, reading about Stoic philosophy, about the philosophers, in that moment where I started to lose myself for, I want to say maybe 10 seconds, where I was like, you know, starting to worry, like, wait, I've never done this before. Like, how is it going to be? You know,
Hmm.
I grounded myself and I said, look, I need to do this. I'm here. It doesn't matter how it goes. I'm gonna do my best. Let's go
Hmm.
out there and do it. And you know, and as soon as I came up to that conclusion in my head, that was my reality. Because that's what I told myself. It doesn't matter what happens tonight. I'm gonna leave it all up there. I'm gonna do the best as I can. You know, I'm gonna put as much energy into this performance as I can.
Yep.
Let's do it. You know, and I stepped out the car and I went into the venue and then boom, we started going at it. So yeah, like definitely everything is in your head, and even when it comes to how you think about yourself, how you think you are as a person, if you tell yourself you're not attractive, or if you tell yourself you're boring, you're a boring person, da, 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 these things start to reflect off of you. You know,
Yep.
it's like a even out some people believe in aura and stuff like that. You know, it's pretty popping in TikTok now. Everybody's talking about aura. But the reality is like if you tell yourself that you're a bum, if you tell yourself you're not attractive, if you're super negative, that becomes your reality. You know,
Hmm.
that's how people are gonna start treating you. That's how they're gonna start seeing you because you see yourself like that.
Yep.
You know, so it's definitely super important how you see yourself in the world that you have up here. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like everybody has their own world here. So if you have your own world in your mind, might as well make that world the best world that you can so that you can reflect that off of the real world, the physical world where we live in, you know?
Yep.
So yeah, bro, everything is in your head, and that will reflect off of who you are as a person. So it's really important to, have those, keep it locked down and just tell
Yeah.
yourself that you are, the person that you want to be, and that's how
100%.
you'll come off.
That's real. That's real. Like I know with just with relation to how you think about yourself, you go on social media, you're constantly being attacked at your own brain. That's where I notice too. It's like I go on my phone, I constantly see other things, external things telling me like, oh, you're not marketing enough, oh, you're not working out enough, you're not working out right. Let me show you how to work out
Yeah.
right. And I feel like with the rise, it's cool. It's cool because we have new people telling us like, okay, maybe you should be working out like this when you do like your deadlifts, maybe arch your back a bit more, do something like that. But also it's
Hmm.
that constant attack and it's like that balance between is it hurting me or is it helping me? It's like even with me, I was on social media so much that I started to feel like I'm chasing my content creation for the wrong reason, or I'm doing this for the wrong reason. Everything's just the purpose, the vision of it's not clear. I don't know if you ever felt that, like in the sense of external factors really being that influence on you, just taking a step back, looking at it and actually analyzing it.
Yeah, of course, especially in the times that we live in, everything is social media, bro. Everything is on there, and even though it shouldn't be such a big thing, it
Hmm.
is, unfortunately, so I think it's about adapting, and it's really about, if you let's just put it this way, if you have a very strong core and a very strong foundation of who you are,
Yep.
it doesn't matter what other people are saying. Oh, bro, you're not supposed to edit this way. You're not supposed to, talk about these things, talk about this to get more clicks. Da, da, da. It's like, bro, I'm gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about. It's
Yep.
me. And a lot of these times, I think, you should be careful on who you take advice from. Obviously, when it comes to fitness and stuff, I want to be as educated as I can, so I'll take constructive criticism every day, just because I
Yeah.
want to get better and I have a goal that I'm trying to reach, right? But when it comes to my art, it's my art.
Hmm.
Your art is your art. Nobody can tell you
That's
how to
real.
do it. There's
Yeah.
no, like I said again, there's no guidelines because we're individuals, and a lot of these times I've gotten DMs too when it comes to music and when it comes to,
Hmm.
oh, you should try rapping on this beat or talking about this, da, da, da. And I go and check their profiles, and it's like a weird page with no post, no links, no, like, what do you, you know what I'm saying? Who are you? Who are you to tell me about my music when you don't even make music, you
Uh,
know?
yeah.
So yeah, social
I
media
like
has
that.
made people way too comfortable with stating their opinion without even, analyzing themselves first. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, that's just how it is, and that's how it will continue to be. So, like, again, it's all about how you take this criticism, and if you're able to ignore certain things and keep certain things. I was reading a book the other day. I believe it was one of Robert Greene books. I wish I
Hmm.
could remember it. And he was talking about how it's very important to pick and choose your advice,
Hmm.
because you can pick advice that will tear you down, because even though you may not see it in the moment, that person doesn't have the best intentions for you.
Yep.
Again, like we were talking about, people want you to do good, but not better than them. So if you take the wrong advice, you can go down because of that.
Hmm.
So it's very important when you're trying to take advice and when it comes to your life, your business, whatever, that you understand and you really feel like it's coming from the right source. It's like the book that we both, that I started reading because of you, The
Hmm.
Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah.
He was talking exactly about that. Like, you're not going to take financial advice from somebody that's poor or that's suffering.
Hmm.
What are they going to tell you? Like, you have to take advice from somebody that's in the position you want to be,
Hmm.
so a mixture of those things, being 100% sure of yourself and understanding that your craft is your craft, and also being able to really analyze what advice it is that you need to take in that is going to benefit you. As
Hmm.
long as you understand those things, it'll be all right. It'll take time to adapt to the whole criticism thing, but it just helps knowing these things so that way when you do get millions of DMs, when you're even bigger, you're able to handle that, so
Yeah.
that's kind of the good thing about going through these type of trials and tribulations when you're just starting off, because if you don't, right, and if it doesn't mold your character and you don't grow thick skin now,
Hmm.
oh, imagine when you got a million subs, when you got, what I'm saying, you're on the way to 10 million. If the criticism is, bad now, let's just say, imagine then.
No.
It's not gonna get any
Nah.
better, so, and I think people think that, like, oh, as long as I keep leveling up, people will respect me more. No, they're probably gonna hate you more. That's the reality of it. So yeah, man, everybody just kind of has to come a grip, get a grip of themselves and of
Mhm.
their craft, and just lock in, man. Ignore certain things you got to ignore, get to where you got to be, and what I'm saying. That's it.
I think that's the realest thing that you said right there. I've also heard people say like about like the lottery, like, "Oh, I want to win the lottery. When I win the lottery, everything will be okay." And it's like
Yeah,
in order to have that money, like right now, like people are spending on just crazy things, just throwing money right out the window. And it's like you
yeah,
have the more capital, you're gonna be doing the exact same things right there. And it's like if you
hmm,
never build yourself up, if you never start from internally, all these external things are gonna control you. You won't be able to control them. So I feel like what you said right there really like capsulates it. It's just like you build yourself up. It's the constant evolution, the constant growth to finally
yeah,
get you into the person that can actually handle whatever dream you want, because that's all we're really doing at the end of the day. We're constantly growing every single day if we choose to.
exactly. Yeah, exactly, bro. And that's why it's so important to understand that, because a lot
Mhm.
of people don't understand that the trials and tribulations that you go through now, you're supposed to take as much as you can from that now when you're
Mhm.
starting, because like you said, it's a process of evolution. You're just gonna go up from here. So you need to let these things mold you. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They just let it get the best of them, and they let the criticism get them depressed, and it slows down their content creation, whatever it may be. And it's just, that's not the way to go. Like
Mhm.
you said, you just have to prepare for the person that you're about to be. And you just have to see it that way. So whatever comes your way, just be like, you know what? I'm meant to be this type of person. I'm going through this for a reason. I'm gonna use this as a learning experience. And once I'm
Mhm.
up there, I'll be able to handle whatever comes my way. So yeah, like I 100% agree with what you're saying, and a big reason why I personally read all of these books and I get into all this type of knowledge is specifically for that, to be able to handle whatever will come my way in the future. It's almost like you're preparing for who you're about to become, instead of becoming that person and then just going through it because you had no time to prepare your character for what you're about to face,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, just leveling
yeah,
up your
man.
character.
Yeah, yeah, just leveling up all the time for sure.
I got you. And for those of you that are still watching, let's get more into like the music side now. Just so talk about Jay as an artist. So just for
Yeah,
you, Jay, what inspires you? Why do you make music?
a couple of reasons.
Huh?
I make music to obviously express myself. I could give you the generic answers, but I want to give you the
Yeah.
actual, real, deep answers, which is my family. I know that through music, I can do a lot, not only financially, but also, personally. There's a lot of situations that if you capitalize off of it, you can really help other people in ways that you couldn't even understand before.
Hmm.
And on top of that, my grandfather is a musician in Mexico, and
I see.
yeah, so it's in my genes, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
And every time I make music, man, it feels like it's just the right thing to do. I've tried so many other things. I've tried to get into sports and just other things that other people do, that they say is their calling. And I tested my calling of music by trying those things. And I got very good at them and I was able to do all of them, but it just didn't feel the same, and
Mhm.
that's when I realized, like, okay, I make music for the feeling, for the experience. There's a lot of different things that you experience and you feel when just creating. And that feeling, I think, is the same as somebody that's like you, a content creator, and, is somebody that just likes being creative in their craft.
Hmm.
I think that feeling is the same. It just varies on what you do that changes, but the core feeling is the same. Like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I was put on this earth to do. and I'm
Hmm.
gonna do it until I'm the biggest I can be.
100%.
So yeah, those are definitely some inspirations. And again, thankfully, because music is in my blood, it's really easy for me to just make a song or to write something or to make a beat. And, it just kind of comes naturally. And the more that I experience, the more I'm able to use it as fuel to write and to create, and what comes out of it is honestly a really cool experience to just see what came from my mind. If you really break it down, like I have a lot of songs that I've produced, engineered, wrote, everything. I've done everything from scratch. And I go back and think like this all came from here.
Yeah.
How? Every single thing was in my head and I somehow made it into this and
Hmm.
it's here now. Like people can hear it. Like it just those type of revelations and those type of thoughts really just keep me inspired, even when I don't feel like making music or when I'm tired or when I'm going through it. I try to ground myself in my craft,
Hmm.
and I just think like, man, this is really a blessing to be able to do this, and yeah, with those type of feelings, bro, you can never be not inspired, it's always
Yeah.
gonna come.
With relation to your success as an artist, like how do you measure your success? Like where would you be like, okay, I know that I've done everything that I could, or like in a sense of what do you look for to get out of your music?
That's a great question. I think success, the definition of success depends on everybody, it
Mhm.
depends on what your definition of success is. For me personally, when it comes to music, my definition of success would be having all of the resources that I need to make the best quality music and put it out there to the world. That's really it. I
Mhm.
don't care if I have a multi-million dollar mansion that will come through other things, not exactly through music, but um I don't care about the housing situation. I don't care to have, multiple cars off of music. I like to just focus I like to keep music as music, to really just lock in. And I would honestly say that I would be extremely happy in a situation where I could literally just have the resources to call up a pianist or like somebody, a writer, anybody that I want to work with, and just having them come over, hopefully at my house where I have my own studio, come over to the studio, let's just work. That's it, and that takes a good amount of money to get there, obviously. So, you know, I'm just ready and willing to do whatever I have to do to get there. And I know that the music that will come out of that will be, crazy. I just know that if I do what I do now,
Yeah.
and I'm like what 2.5 years into making music fully, imagine in the future when I have all the resources available.
Hmm.
Like I honestly believe that I will be able to make any type of genre, break all types of rules, and I don't care if this producer's telling me to do this, do that. No, we're gonna do things my way, and we're gonna see how it comes out. I promise that it'll be the best. So that's my definition of success when it comes to music. Having that type of freedom. Because when you're limited, your creativity is limited also. So,
Hmm.
whatever I gotta do to be financially free and able to, get there is what I'll do. And the reason why I separate, music from other types of success and other types of revenue is again for the craft. I don't want to use music to make money and to just forget about the craft,
Hmm.
about how important it is to me. So even now, I have music as music. Whatever I make is because I want to make it, not because I have to. If I needed to make a certain type of genre or some certain type of song, I have a song that's doing really good now, and it's like I know for a fact if I was in the label, they'd be like, make me 100 more of those that all
Hmm.
sound the same.
Yeah.
But I don't have to do that though, because I'm not relying on my music. I'm not chasing the money through music. I'm chasing the money elsewhere.
Hmm.
So I keep things separate and that really helps um staying grounded and also just making sure that the music is 100% me,
Hmm.
and authentic. I don't like anything jeopardizing the authenticity of my work. So
Hmm.
That's the tip that I'll give to people and artists. Like if you guys really want to focus on your craft and make sure you guys can do the best stuff that you're able of doing, try that out. Try leaving music for music and pursuing, the lifestyle that you want, the dream lifestyle, the cars and the girls, whatever. Leave that to another type of lifestyle and another source of revenue where that's more attainable, but leave music for music and go all in on it.
I really like that answer. It's actually extremely inspiring right there, just to actually put towards like separating it. I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of really cool. Actually separating and then just focusing on the creative aspect. So with respect to future projects, what kind of future singles or albums do you have coming out real soon?
So with projects, I'm trying to experiment right now. I've been doing a lot of singing, a lot of R&B,
Hmm.
and it's something similar to that. I'm trying to see how I can change things and kind of make it my own. Um, I'm definitely trying to make a project that's like fully based on the story. And obviously it's going to be based on my life, but it's all going to be in line, and it's going to kind of have a good concept to it. So that's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something cool and it's gonna be something very energetic. That's what I will say. I'm trying to make music that will get people moving, and I think I've made a good amount of songs for people to kind of just lay low, you know what I'm saying? Be on more on the late night type of vibes. Now it's time to turn up, so that's something that's coming on the way. So we got that project, and for singles, I'm just really doing whatever comes to mind, whatever I feel in a certain day, I make a song about it. And, a lot of people have been liking them and really have been feeling what I'm trying to put out there and the feelings and the emotions, so I know that whatever comes in the future that will drop soon is y'all can be rest assured is going to be the best that I can make and the best artistry and craft, that I'm capable of making. So yeah, it's going to be cool.
Got you. I know I listened to your late night stuff, and I know that really has its own vibe, like its overall touch to
Yeah.
it. I was listening to that before. That was kind of cool though.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure. It's real cool to be able to, do different genres, different type of vibes. So yeah,
mhm. How do you want to be remembered as an artist? Like, what's your end goal with it there?
man,
Tough question,
I don't
but
know. Yeah, it's a tough question, but it's a great question. I don't know if I want to be remembered as an artist,
I see.
honestly, because I would want to be remembered as a person, as who I am, like inside.
Hmm.
And I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I was seeing a documentary. I forget who was the artist, but it was basically the behind the scenes of the concerts and all of the people that play a role, and I I stopped watching it and I started meditating and I started visualizing myself in that position. Me having a team, a big team of people that have come together to put on this great show,
Hmm.
for all of these people to just have a good time and to turn up. And when I was visualizing that, I kept on visualizing people coming up to me and asking me questions and the scenery being super hectic and people running here and running there and the lighting, everybody's doing their job. Everybody's doing something
Yeah.
to come together and to put on this show. And the point of that was to make myself think like how would I treat these people? Not as an artist, but as people, as a person, how would I treat them? And I told myself, I even wrote it in my visionary board. I don't know if you have something like that, but
Yeah,
I
we
like
all.
visionary boards. Yeah, stuff like that. So I wrote it on there too. Like, I believe I wrote, give me a team and I'll be the best leader.
Mhm.
So I just know that in the future, whoever I work with, I'll definitely try to make them as comfortable as possible. A lot of these people that put these shows on, you don't know what they got going on.
Yeah.
They could be having family issues that got them stressed that day, and especially during tour and stuff like that. It's very stressful.
Hmm.
And without these people, you wouldn't have a show. You wouldn't be able to put on the best show that you can
Hmm.
without all of these people coming together and helping you. And I don't see enough artists appreciating those people. So what I told myself is like, once I'm there, I don't care how they think of me as an artist. I don't care if they like my music, whatever I'm doing in the future,
Hmm.
but I'll make sure they like me as a person because I'm going to treat them the best that any artist has treated them. I want to get them food right after the show. I'm going to stay in the venue and be like, yo, let's all huddle up. I'm going to dap up every single one of them, thank them for whatever they did, the lighting people, the audio engineers, whoever, and
Mm-hmm.
just say thank you. I appreciate you. Let's all eat. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it it takes it away from being like a job, and it takes away those feelings, and it starts to kind of develop more into a family type of situation. And that's exactly what I want for everybody around me. So again, going back to your point, the whole point of this was to say how I don't really care to be remembered as an artist because like regardless 50 years from now I'm not gonna be like nobody's gonna be remembered,
Mm-hmm.
for a good majority of people. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not really worried about it. I'm more worried about how I treat people now and how I can mold their lives and maybe say something that'll change their lives and get them inspired. And
Mm-hmm.
so my intentions are definitely interior and exterior, just because I want to make sure that I'm the best person that I can. That way I can treat other people the same, because if you're not a good person yourself, you're not going to treat other people good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, again, now that I'm building up to where I want to be, I'm taking the time to really understand who I am and understand everything about myself, my flaws, everything that I'm good at, everything that I can do, to better myself, my family, my friends, the people around me, so that when I'm in the future and
Yep.
I am who I want to be, I have the resources and the knowledge and the wisdom to just be myself, and it's going organically just inspire people, so that's my goal really, to people, have people say, oh, you know what, I met that artist Jay. I met him. He was, man, that dude was so cool. Like, he was
Mm-hmm.
so chill. He brought me
Yeah.
backstage and we were just talking about life, and I will be extremely happy if once I'm gone and once, the everything has passed, if whoever I worked with at any point in time, whether it's an engineer, producer, lighting guys for shows, whatever, if they were to come out and be like, you know what, he has been one of the best artists I've worked with. Like, he treated us so good.
Gotcha.
We really felt respected and loved, and that's
Mm-hmm.
my goal as an artist and as a person when it comes to how I want to be seen, how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered by, how I treated people, what I did for them.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it's way better than being remembered for all of my great songs and, stuff that will
I
be
got you.
eventually it'll be in the past. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be remembered for something that's eternal. Because if you think about it, the way that you treat people now, that's gonna go down the line. They're gonna be able to tell their friends, their family, their kids, once you have them, like,
Mm-hmm.
stories about who you were. And it's just gonna keep inspiring the people even after you're gone.
Yep.
So yeah,
Pass.
man, that's my biggest goal really for the future.
I got you. I got you. And just to wrap up this interview, is there any closing words that you have for your fans or for watchers?
Yeah, for anybody watching, man, first of all, let's get business straight out the way. Y'all got to join the Discord, Blues Discord. Y'all got to get active on there, because if you're not in there already, you're losing mad knowledge. You're losing a lot of different resources that you could have to, at your reach. So if you're not in there, get in there. First of all, that's what I got to tell you. And second, a big, the best advice that I can give anybody watching this is, no matter where you want to be, doesn't matter if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, if you want to go our route and be creatives and whatever, you want to be artists, doesn't matter. What you have to really focus on is yourself. You have to focus on the vision that you have, and you have to fully embrace it and just not care about what other people are saying, not caring about the criticism, not caring about the future. Just being present now and understanding who you are, understand yourself fully. Understand your craft, understand the universe, the world, how it works, why people are a certain way, and why they treat you a certain way. Get as much knowledge as you can, so that in the future, once you are where you want to be, you know how to behave. You
Mm,
know how to handle certain situations. You have the knowledge. You're not going to be, a little dummy with a couple million now and you're going to lose it all. No, you're going to be able to really hold your ground and to understand who you are, and you're never going to lose sight of it. So do what you have to get yourself there. Love yourself. Um, Make sure that you're a good friend to yourself. You know, a lot of us are good friends to other people, but not good friends to ourselves. And if you're not a good friend to yourself, the friendship that you have with other people is limited. You know, you can only be so good to them. So make sure you guys understand that, you know, make sure that you guys are always in the process of evolution, that you guys are always just expanding your mindset as much as you can, understanding as much as you can, and you will go far. It doesn't matter where you want to be, it doesn't matter what you want to do with your life. If you really just get a grip of yourself, or you understand the world, how it works, you will get to wherever you want to be. So that's the best advice that I can give anybody watching this. And I think that's across the board, like what anybody can use to go far.
Exactly, yeah, and that's real. That's real. So I really like to thank you, Jay, for taking time out to do this interview with us and show your overall thoughts and just have this
Thank
conversation.
you, man. No, this is great, man. Thank you, Blue. I really appreciate it, bro. Hopefully we can do a lot more of these in the future.
100%. So it's been a great time. We'll definitely link up again sometime. I will have all his links in the description below, as well as the Discord if you're interested in joining that. Thank you for staying for the entirety of it. It means a lot. And tune back next Monday for the next artist interview. Love you. Take care.